For Surya Namaskara C, or modified sun salutation, start with your feet at the top of your mat, hip width apart. You may want to use a couple of blocks and a blanket for padding your knees. Have it in the center of your mat if you're using it. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart, and on the inhale, drop your arms, circle them out wide, reach toward the sky, and on the exhale, you might round over or swan dive. You can always slide your hands down your thighs for support. Bring your hands either to the floor, or you might utilize the blocks to bridge the gap. With your inhale, lift your chest forward and take a big step back with your right foot. Settle the back knee down and double check that your front left knee is aligned right over the ankle joint. As you sink your hips forward and down, try to feel a stretch in your right hip flexor. Your hands could be on the floor, on your blocks. Remember, they have 3 heights. You can bring your hands up onto your front thigh or reach toward the ceiling. With your next exhalation, bring your hands to the floor. Put your blocks to the sides, curl your back toes under, lift the knee up, and step into plank pose, high push-up. Make sure that your shoulders are stacked directly over your wrists and lengthen your chest forward. To lower down, you might keep your knees lifted while others will place the knees on the floor. Lift up your feet, turn the inner crease of the elbows forward so that when you bend your elbows, they hug in towards your ribs, laying all the way down onto your belly. Extend your legs long. Bring your arms forward for Sphinx alignment, where your elbows are directly underneath your shoulder joints. Firm your pubic bone to the floor by tightening your buttocks, and then grab the floor with your hands and forearms and feel like you're dragging them backward and that you're moving your chest forward towards your thumbs. As you release your chest back to the floor, slide your hand back by your ribs, bend your knees, lift your feet, lift the front of your shoulders and push the floor away to a modified plank. Bring your toes to the mat and lift your knees up into downward facing dog. See that your feet are hip width and that your hands are shoulder width. Pause here, taking a couple of breaths. For the second side lunge, lay your knees on the floor and bring your right foot forward. If you get stuck on the floor, use your hand to carry it forward, and double check that the front knee is aligned back over the ankle. Let your hips sink forward and down, and lift your chest up, matching what you did on side A. If your arms are lifted though, bring them back to the floor or onto those blocks. Curl your back toes under, lift the knee up, and either take one big step forward or a couple of little steps to bring your foot back to the top of the mat. As you inhale, slide your hands up your shins with your arms straight and your back flat. And as you exhale, deepen your pose, bring your belly back toward your thighs. On the inhale, you might round up. You can always walk your hands up your legs or reverse swan dive to stand. Reach your arms to the sky, big breath in. And as you exhale, slide your hands back down to your heart. And again, inhale, arms reach up, big breath in. And on the exhale, here you might swan dive, remember, or round forward. With your hands down on the blocks or the floor, lift your chest forward, and this time step back with your left foot. Lay the back knee down. Untuck the back toes, check your alignment. Maybe your arms change position. If your hands are lifted though, bring them back down, move the blocks out of the way, lift the back knee up and step into plank. Shoulders again are over the wrists. You might decide to keep your knees lifted, otherwise elbow creases turn forward. Lower down onto your belly with control. Untuck your toes, slide your arms forward. Maybe you'll take low cobra this time, where your elbows are slightly ahead of the shoulder joints and lifted. Hug your elbows toward the midline and pull back dynamically with your hands. As you lay your chest back on the floor, bring your hands back by your ribs, bend your knees, lift your feet, push the floor away to your modified plank, toes to the mat, and knees lift up. We're back in down dog. 2 more breaths. We'll be bringing the left foot forward this time, so maybe you're going to put your knees down and help the foot forward, while others might lift the left leg and swing it forward. Help it up there if it gets stuck using your hand, and settle the back knee down. Back into low lunge second side. And if hands are lifted, bring them back down. With your back toes curled under, lift the knee up and step forward. Feet are hip width, slide your hands up your shins, arms straight and back flat. Exhale, deepen your pose, and on the inhale, maybe you round up like you did the first time, or reverse swan dive to reach your arms to the sky. And on the exhale, slide your hands down there to your heart and release your arms.